We are halfway through 2023, and I want to talk about a few women's matches that I have enjoyed this year. So let's get into it. I really enjoyed the Women's Royal Rumble match this year. We had Rhea Ripley start at number 1, and she made it all the way to number 30. We had surprise appearances by the likes of Michelle McCool and Nia Jax. It was a fun match, and I feel like the Women's Royal Rumble match is always a fun match to watch, and it was no different this year. 2023 introduced me to Impact Wrestling, and I have to say I have enjoyed Impact Wrestling immensely, and one of the matches, or the match I should say, that got me hooked to watching Impact Wrestling weekly was Jordynne Grace versus Mickie James, title versus career at Hard to Kill in January. If you are not familiar with the story behind this match, Mickie James was on her last rodeo. And what that means was she was going to run through the Impact Knockouts division to get to the Impact Knockouts World title once again. But if she lost any match in that time period, she was going to retire, hang up the boots, and call it a day. Well, she ran through the Impact Knockouts division. She got to the Impact Knockouts World Championship and the World Champion, and that was Jordynne Grace. And that led to their match at Hard to Kill, which Mickie James won. That match was excellent. It was an absolute banger. And that was the match that got me to watch Impact Wrestling every week. Now, I know some people don't like Natalya, but I feel like I'm an oddball here. I really like Natalya. And Natalya wrestled Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title on an episode of Monday Night Raw, and that turned out to be the match of the night. Rhea Ripley delivered, Natalya delivered. Natalya got to showcase her wrestling ability in a very lengthy match that she doesn't get all the time. And I was appreciative this night of Natalya and what she has given to the women's division, what she has given to the WWE. And Rhea Ripley, there's a reason why she won the Royal Rumble. I'm just saying, this was a great match and I really enjoyed it. I'm going to take it back to Impact Wrestling for just a second. We have Jordynne Grace. We have Deonna Purrazzo for the Impact Knockouts World title at Under Siege. And I had the pleasure of seeing this match live. This was my first Impact Wrestling event. I flew to Buffalo, New York. I drove to London, Ontario, Canada from Buffalo, New York. And that was the best time I have had at a wrestling event. Impact delivered that night. Deonna Purrazzo, Jordynne Grace delivered one of the best matches that night. I had the pleasure and honor again just to see this live in person. First time seeing Jordynne Grace, first time seeing Deonna Purrazzo, and again, I was not disappointed. If you are not watching Impact, I really implore you to do so. The Knockouts division is top tier. The storytelling is top tier. Just give Impact a try again. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Now let's take it back to WrestleMania. We had Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's title. Did this match, or did this feud, I should say, deliver? No, it didn't have the best build, but did this match deliver? Abso-freaking-lutely. Charlotte Flair delivered. Rhea Ripley delivered. The match might have started off slow. It picked up tremendously in the middle, and the ending was perfection. We had a new SmackDown Women's Champion in Rhea Ripley, and I actually have rewatched this match a few times since WrestleMania. Kudos to Charlotte. Kudos to Rhea Ripley. Another great match for the women in 2023. I have one more match I want to talk about, and that is Trinity versus Deonna Purrazzo. Yes, I am going back to Impact Wrestling. Trinity took on Deonna Purrazzo for the Impact Knockouts World title at Slammiversary. We all know what happened with Trinity, or Naomi at that time, with WWE. Well, she ended up in Impact Wrestling, and as soon as she made her debut in Impact Wrestling, the popularity of that company skyrocketed. I love the story that they gave Trinity, a story of hope and redemption and finding her place in a company that she just wasn't, she has never been at. And they gave this story to her. She took it and she ran with it. And that all came to a head at Slammiversary when she took on Deonna Purrazzo for the Impact Knockouts World title. These two women, Trinity and Deonna Purrazzo, I believe put on an excellent match. It had high spots. It had high moments. And some people might say the ending was sloppy. It was a little sloppy, but it didn't take away from the excellency of that match and the excellence of a storyline that Impact Wrestling put together for Trinity. I applaud these two women, and I can't wait to see what Trinity has in store for the future with Impact Wrestling. All right, guys, that is it for the women's matches that I have really enjoyed in 2023. And if you stick around, I might do a part 2 or do one for the men as well. If you're not subscribed to me on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on TikTok. I have all my social medias in the bio and descriptions below. Thank you for watching.